it brought me back to some memories, and it's not just you. It brought back one memory that we had a very educated Somalian guy who left the United States, went back to Somalia about 6, 7 years ago, and now he's the Attorney General. And then he came back 2 years, back in 2015, and he had like a huge event similar to this, and he was encouraging people to go back home to spread the knowledge and educate women, children, and all of that. There's so much violence going on back home in Somalia, and I'm sure some violence going on in where you come from. And I think one thing that we have similarities is that we come from a male-dominated society, and sometimes they may look at women as a threat to their position if you try to educate just children in general. And because of your gender, it puts just a lot of people at risk as far as going back and wanting to do something. So I don't know what suggestions or what recommendation do you have, but that was something that I personally struggled a lot. Like if I was to go back home, what can I do? And then just fear just holds me back. And because I have seen, in the news, not to say that I'm Americanized, because half of my life is back home and the other half is here in the U.S., but at the same time, I don't want to put my safety at risk to try to help somebody else. So I don't know if I'm not sure. I haven't heard you mentioning anything about corruption and as far as safety guidelines. But at the same time, it's just something that I've always thought about giving back. Is something that I think most people would want, but in realistic life, you have to kind of take safety measures. For a male, it's easier to go back and make some sort of change versus women in Africa in general. And where I come from, particularly in Somalia, there's just a lot going on. Just the unsettling of that. What's the balance? Like, how do you...
I always say we don't all have to go back. No, we don't all have to go back, but we can contribute to those communities. There are NGOs in Somalia. Let's find them. Let's, add value to whatever they are doing. The challenge that we have at times is we all want to have NGOs. We all want to have non-profits. So who's going to support who? I think we can all do the best that we can, knowing, Somalia, they have NGOs. I know that I've been to Somalia. Every African country, they have these NGOs. We who are here, who cannot go there, let's find these NGOs and let's help with the little that we have.